matchup tonight.
We sure do, Doug. I think one of the interesting things about football in Section 4 is the fact that teams ultimately might get to play each other a second time, and that's exactly what we're going to see this evening. I think the challenge for both head coaches is to try, through game plan and preparation, to get the upper hand and ultimately keep practicing next week in preparation for an intersectional game down in Kingston.
Well, the first time these two teams met, EFA came away with a 39-20 win right here at Dunfield. But, Jack, what do the Tigers have to do to reverse that and get a win here tonight?
I think there's two or three things that we should probably look for, Doug. I think the Tigers have to establish the run game early. Free Academy plays a swarming defense, and they played great defense off. So have to be a little bit more intense as far as their approach to the game defensively. And obviously, it's probably overstated sometimes, but they can't afford to turn the ball over. I think if they can do that, they have a shot, and I think we're going to see a heck of a game.
On the other side of the coin, the keys to success for EFA, in your opinion?
I think it's tough. They beat the Tigers early in the season. I think they have to be mentally ready to play them again. They have to prevent the quick scores with Shields, Feaster, Wilson, etc. And Free Academy certainly can't afford to turn the ball over either, Doug.
Turnovers can really hurt a team. And during the week, we had a chance to speak with both head coaches about tonight's game and their preparation for it.
We are projecting that we'll have enough to be there. We have enough people to play. I had to take volunteers because we're skinny, scrawny guys, you know, and this is well, it is the biggest high school football team I've ever seen. That's cut and dry. And I'm serious that I did ask for volunteers because I'm responsible for these guys. We've had a mini goal of improving each week. That's been our only goal, and it's been going on for quite a while. And since we were 1-2 at one time this season, we've come on like gangbusters, and they really responded well.
Well, we're not going to try to get any psychological warfare. I firmly believe, you know, we beat them once. We're very capable of beating them again. They're a good football team. We're a good football team, and our kids understand what they have to do to win this football game. This is for the whole ball of wax. Our kids are quite enthused. I think we had an excellent football team. They have an excellent football team, and I look for a classic football game.
Well, Coach Senko sure sums it up. It should be a great football game. And we'll be back with the opening kickoff right after this.
So many times, Doug. Ball rolls around down near the goal line, and there's a letdown defensively, and you overrun the kick, and bad things happen.
Here come the Blue Devils up to the football. We'll meet their offense in just a moment. Their starting quarterback is Jason Thomas. And look for John Michael Cook, number 33, to carry the ball quite a bit here this evening. And on first down, the handoff is to Cook. He fights his way forward for about 3 yards on the play. An interesting story behind John Michael Cook. He's wearing the uniform number of Tracy McGee, who was the starting halfback, but he injured his knee in the first game of the season for the Blue Devils, and he would be out for the season. John Cook, a good friend of Tracy's, decided to wear his number in tribute.
Well, he certainly has done it justice because he's had a great year, as have the entire squad.
This is Jason Thomas, the quarterback. He's got a gun on second down and 7 from the 48-yard line of UE. The handoff goes to Jeremy Thomas. That's Jason's twin brother. He's tripped up right about the line of scrimmage.
Forces EFA into a kind of a crucial third and long situation, Doug. One of the things we talked about was defensive intensity. It's important that the Tigers not let Free Academy do whatever they want as far as throwing the ball and running the ball. They've done a pretty decent job the first 2 running plays.
A look at the EFA sidelines. The head coach, Dick Fengo, trying to put back-to-back wins together against UE. Third down and 7, line of scrimmage, the 48-yard line of UE. No gain on that last play for Jeremy Thomas. And Jason Thomas wants to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Ryan Bertoni of the Tigers in on the sack, and EFA will have to punt the football.
Academy lined up with trips to the far side of the field that time, and they rolled away from it. Apparently, probably a coverage sack, plus the wet field conditions. Thomas went down with a slip and was actually forced down, as you said, by Bertoni.
So it's 4th and 17. Line of scrimmage, the EFA 42-yard line. The punter is John Cook. A left-footed kicker, a nice high kick. Not very returnable. It goes out of bounds. Not a lot of net yardage on it either. It goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line of UE. And that's where the Tigers will take over on offense. First down and 10. 9:47 to go first quarter. We're scoreless from Dunn Field at the Section 4 Bowl 1 championship.
I think with the footing, Doug, you have to be careful as a punter. You drop back and you're afraid. You got to take short, choppy steps. And he certainly shanked that one for us golfers in the crowd.
Probably aware of keeping the football away from people like Jarvis Shields and Marcus Wilson, who were deep. First down and 10. They're calling it the 46-yard line of UE, and this is Shields running right, trying to turn the corner. Pick up about 5 yards before being sent out of bounds. Showing that speed of his, Jarvis Shields.
We watched Union-Endicott play Johnson City earlier in the year, and field conditions really didn't seem to affect Shields, Wilson, and company. Certainly didn't appear to that play either.
DeAndre Fulmer finally ran him out of bounds. Second down and 5. The ball on the 49 of EFA. This time it's the fullback, Steve Earle. Gets a couple straight ahead. And the Tigers will be faced with a third down and about 3. Tracy Barchette in on the stop. So the UE defense held in its first opportunity on a third down play with a big sack. Let's see what the Tigers can do here on third down and 4. With the line of scrimmage, the 48-yard line of Elmira Free Academy.
I think both teams were blessed a little bit in their first possessions as far as field position is concerned. Doug, we'll see if the Tigers take advantage of it where Free Academy didn't.
John Feaster out of the wishbone. Fakes the handoff on the option left. Pitch goes to Marcus Wilson. He tries to turn the corner. He's got the first down before being tripped up and falling out of bounds at about the EFA 40-yard line. Jeremy Thomas in on the stop for EFA, but it's a first down for the Tigers.
First time we've seen the pitch tonight, Doug, and again, we know that has been UE's bread and butter for the last couple of seasons.
A look at the big EFA defensive line. And it'll be interesting to see who controls the line of scrimmage as this game wears on. First down and 10 from the 41 of EFA. Quick pass on the right side. It's caught. A tackle is broken by Marcus Wilson, and he fights his way up for a pickup of about 5. They tried to isolate Wilson one-on-one in the flat, and he almost broke it for a big one.
Absolutely. You can see that the field position is a little slippery out there, but Free Academy likes to lock on man-to-man. A lot of times you will find running backs covered by linebackers, and I personally, if I were a Free Academy linebacker, I wouldn't want to be covering either Wilson or Shields, and that's what happened that time.
It's rained quite a bit in this area. It's not raining now. This infield dirt was covered with a tarp, so the footing in that area shouldn't be too difficult. Hand off to Jarvis Shields, who picks up about 3 yards on the play. And it was Tracy Barchette in on the stop for the Blue Devils of Elmira Free Academy. The unbeaten Blue Devils ranked #1 in the state, Class B. Union-Endicott, talk about some respect for the Tigers, ranked 15th with 2 losses in Class A.
I think that's probably indicative of the schedule that they've played, with Belport and Free Academy being ranked where they are.
Third down and 3 from the 34 of EFA. In motion was the fullback Earle, a flag on the play, and it appears it was beyond Union-Endicott. We have an offside call against EFA.
We talked a little bit at the top of the show, Doug, about mental toughness and mental preparation and mental intensity. You certainly don't want to jump off sides with motion. at this end of the field, especially for Free Academy. We use a little bit of fullback motion. We'll have to wait and see if we see that again.
Well, the offense gets a first down out of the 5-yard offside penalty. First down and 10 from the 29-yard line of EFA. Feaster, the quarterback, is leveled in the backfield. Andre Fulmer of EFA breaks in and makes the stop on Feaster in the backfield. A great play.
Sure was. Free Academy, that swarming defense that they run, Feaster made a wise decision in not trying to force the pitch that time. It could have turned, here was we take another look at it. Wise decision. You saw the right hand come out and he brought it back in.
Yep. Might have turned it over if he let that go. So it's second down and 14 from the 33 of EFA. Earl in motion, top of your screen. And it's Feaster again, keeping pitches at the last instant for Jarvis Shields. No, it's Marcus Wilson down the sideline, driven out of bounds at the 2-yard line of EFA. Marcus Wilson, the halfback on the option, brings UE to within 2 yards of the first score of this football game.
Great play. Feaster that time was, again, about a step away from probably having to hold the pitch in again. But had the time, as we see here. Great play, great pitch. And then it's just Wilson turning on the afterburners.
Ryan French finally ran him out of bounds. First down and goal. Straight ahead goes John Feaster. Fights down near the goal line, but he did not get in. They started just inside the 3-yard line. UE runs straight ahead with Feaster, and I think he got to about the 1. It'll be second down and goal from there.
Thinking back on the play that set this whole thing up, Doug, the motion is affecting secondary play and coverage as far as Free Academy. We'll talk about it a little bit later.
The handoff goes straight ahead to Earl. Is he in? Yes. Touchdown, UE. Steve Earl gives the Tigers a 6-0 lead with 6:41 to go first quarter.
Wishbone football. We talked about the fullback, I think, every game we've done. And I think UE is going to try and get whatever they can out of the fullback. Again, that was only a foot, but it's the first 6 points of the Section 4 game.
The extra point from Beers is up and good, and the UE Tigers are out to a 7-0 lead. Jack, you mentioned at the top of the broadcast that the EFA Blue Devils would have to prevent the quick score. It was a sustained drive, but there was that one big play by Marcus Wilson. Absolutely, and we also talked about how it was important for UE to establish the run game, which, again, we've been here, about 6 minutes, and we're just, it's tough to say they've established the run game at this point. With a score 7-0, UE will be kicking the football off to Elmira Free Academy. There is an extremely large crowd here at Dunfield. You can't see it from our camera angles. All the fans, about 3,500 of them, are sitting to the near side of the field. The UE drive, 10 plays, 54 yards, and the Tigers kick it off again. It's dropped. Last time it worked out well for the Devils that way, but this time they're only able to bring it up to their own 24-yard line. Brian French brought it back for EFA. And the Blue Devils will go on offense first down and 10 with not the greatest field position inside their own 25. No, it certainly isn't, Doug. And with the conditions of the field, this is really an important series for Free Academy. The Tigers get the ball, go down, score. Free Academy I'm sure would like to get a first down and establish some type of sustained offensive thrust of their own. For EFA, it's first down and 10 from their own 24. Split backs behind the quarterback. And he gives it to the second back through, and that's John Michael Cook. He's got the first down across the 35-yard line to about the 36. So on first down, they give it to their bruising fullback, John Michael Cook, and he picks up 12. He certainly is a load, Doug. He's been their bread and butter guy since the second week of the season. And this Free Academy team has got a great football team. And I think we're going to see some points put on the board. First down and 10 from the 36. Thomas. It's Cook again. Great offensive line surge on the left side, and Cook picks up about 3 yards on the play. They've got some big boys up there on the offensive line. Running that time, Cook was behind Matt Cohn and Sheldon Smith on the left side, and they can move people out of there. They're big.
Well, when you look at 285, 265, and some of that size that Free Academy has, they should be able to run the ball. And that line of scrimmage and the point of attack is something that both teams are going to have to control to be successful.
2nd down and 7 from the 39-yard line. Thomas gives right side, and the UE defense holds this time on Cook. He fights his way forward for a couple, but so far the oversized UE Tiger defense has stood up pretty well against that very large EFA defense, but can they do that all game long?
That remains to be seen. We saw a little counter action that time. Free Academy with a little bit more manageable 3rd and 4 or 5 situation this time. Only time will tell.
Second 3rd down opportunity for Elmira Free Academy. 3rd down and 4 from their own 43. The Devils were stopped their first time. Thomas in motion near side, and Jeremy Thomas gets the handoff from his twin brother, and he stops short of the first down. Ben Fruscia in on the tackle for EFA, along with John Randisi. And for the second consecutive time, Elmira Free Academy is stopped on a 3rd down play, and the Devils will have to punt the football away to UE.
Free Academy uses just a veritable great number of formations from an offensive point of view. Tigers, however, doing a great job as far as defensing them up to this point.
There's the kick from Cook, better than the first one, and it'll stop dead at the 20-yard line of UE, and that's where the Tigers will go to offense when we return. We'll take a timeout here on TV 12 with 3:48 to go, first quarter.
The romance of the Binghamton Symphony.
Field in Elmira. UE up on EFA, 7-0. First quarter, Tigers have the football for the second time of the game. The quarterback is John Peaster, and he takes the snap and whistles. EFA called a timeout before the play.
Probably, Doug, because of the formation that UE showed them. I have not seen the Tigers in that formation this year. It was a one-back backfield. They had twins. Actually, the 3 receiver side was out to the right. Free Academy probably didn't recognize it in terms of man-to-man coverage in the secondary, and were forced to take a timeout early.
A new wrinkle this season where the coaches are allowed out onto the field during the timeout to talk with the players. Jack, you're a former coach of Maine Endwell. Would you have liked to be out there talking to them like that?
Coaches could always have always been able to get things done. They can bring all the players over to the sideline. I guess that's just in college. Although I can't remember if I've seen it in high school or not. I think it's nice to be able to talk to a whole bunch of kids as opposed to bringing one kid over to the sidelines, a quarterback or your defensive linebacker. A lot of times you'll find, however, that when you have a lot of people to talk to in the huddle during the timeout, you may forget to talk to the one that you really wanted to go out and talk to. I found it easier talking to one.
UE in its first possession drove 54 yards for a touchdown. Steve Earle took it in from 1 yard out, the fullback plunging over. And that's where we are right now. Tigers with their second possession of the game. And again, we have the strange formation with 3 receivers lined up to the left side. The snap is fumbled, but then picked back up. This is John Peaster, and oh, is he hit. Big game for Peaster. He gets the first down. But man, was he leveled by Jeremy Thomas.
I'll tell you something, Doug. As we take a look at this, we see trips to the bottom of the screen, we see a wideout up top, and we see motion by the fullback and an unbelievable hit. But Coach Angeline has done some interesting things early.
Let's give credit to Jamal Irvin. He made that hit for EFA. Irvin just popped him. Now out of the set wishbone, it looks like Marcus Wilson wants to throw, and he is brought down in the backfield. The razzle-dazzle does not work. Bill Stoll in on the stop for EFA, and a big loss for the Tigers.
We talked in the van on the way up, Doug, about gimmick plays and razzle-dazzle. This started out to be a halfback option pass, but Free Academy with that great team speed. Year in, year out, they have excellent team speed, and you have to run a guy like Wilson down from behind.
It's second down and 21. An 11-yard loss on the play. Tigers have it back at their own 21-yard line. In motion, near side, that was Wilson. Peaster, the quarterback's going to keep it. Flips at the last instant to Jarvis Shields. Gets to the outside. He's finally driven out of bounds.
I'm not sure how he got the ball out there, Doug. I thought he was wrapped up pretty good as he made the cut to start running north and south against Free Academy. He managed to get the pitch out there, and I think if the footing had been a little better, we may have seen Shields put a move on and possibly go for a little bit further than he did.
Well, he got it up right near the 35-yard line where it's 3rd down and 8 for UE. Feaster pitches again. Where's Marcus Wilson going? He's going back the other way. He's got some room. He's got a 1st down. Marcus Wilson, on a play that looked to be designed to come to the near side, reversed his field, went the other way, and got the 1st down.
That's just great athletic ability. As we take a look at it again, it starts out as an option to the left. Wilson had to wait a little bit for the pitch, planted that left foot, and went back the other way. That's just great speed and athletic ability.
It's a 1st down for UE, 1st and 10 from the Tiger 44. Feaster, the senior quarterback who's matured so much this season, has the snap. Hand off straight ahead, Steve Earle. Gets about 2. The middle of the line of EFA, right there. Jody Edgar in on the stop for the Devils.
I think that's an interesting point, too, Doug. I think John Feaster has matured a great deal, but I think the whole club has matured as well. I think the thing that has amazed me in the first 7 or 8 minutes are the different looks that Coach Angeline and his staff have given Free Academy.
2 yards on the play, 2nd down and 8. Feaster wants to throw, flip it out left side. It's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. One of the linemen of VFA got his big paw up on that one. I think it was John Dre Fulmer, number 81, who knocked that one down, the right defensive end of the Devils. 3rd down and 8 for UE. What do you call on this one, Coach?
I think they're probably going to run the option, although Feaster may throw the ball, try and throw the ball downfield. We'll just have to wait and see. Yep, they lined up offside.
That's not going to help you, Eddie. On a 3rd and 8 from the 45, it appears the Tigers will be set back 5. Procedure call against UE.
Yes, they lined up offsides, and I think those are the things that give us coaches gray hair. Instead of a 3rd and 8, now suddenly we're faced with 3rd and 13. Makes things a little bit more difficult.
Oh, yeah. They'll bring it back to the 40-yard line. And that's where it will be 3rd down and 13. Perhaps Feaster will throw as he brings him to the line out of the wishbone. Prussia, top of the screen, the split end. That's who he's throwing it to. Down the right sideline. Prussia's got it. He's going to go. Touchdown, UE.
Unbelievable. Timing pattern that UE has run for a number of years. And Prussia, again, he is a great athlete. Feaster throws the ball well. Let's take another look at it.
Prussia at the top of your screen, and he just had man-to-man coverage, and he just outran him.
3-step drop, and I saw a lot of football games today, Doug, and I haven't seen a ball thrown much better than that.
Right on the money. John Feaster to Ben Prussia, a 60-yard touchdown play. 13-0 EFA. The extra point from Beers is good. Union-Endicott has come out hot. 14-0 Tigers with 1:04 to go in the first quarter.
One of the things we talked about early, Doug, was that quick score. Tigers have done it twice now. First possession, and then with the second possession, the pass from Feaster to Prussia. Free Academy finds themselves suddenly in a hole.
Elmira Free Academy gut check time for the Blue Devils. Fran Angeline's Tigers are up 2 scores quickly. And one of the things we mentioned at the very top of the broadcast, the Devils had to contain the explosive UE offense, and in the first quarter, it just hasn't happened.
No, it hasn't.
These have been an adventure so far for EFA. And this time, it's pretty routine. Lionel Howard on the return. The last Union-Endicott drive covered 80 yards. It took 7 plays, and the big one, the 60-yard touchdown pass from John Feaster to Ben Pruscia. So now Elmira Free Academy, after the return by Lionel Howard, will go on offense. First down and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Very important, Jack, for EFA to put together something here.
I would think so, Doug. Free Academy's the type of club that can come back from being down 14 to nothing, but they have to get a couple of first downs, 3 or 4, and hopefully get a score.
Jason Thomas, the quarterback, pitch to Jeremy, right side. Jeremy Thomas breaks a tackle, but he's swarmed under after a pickup of about 4.
You know, we talk about possessions, and as coaches, we used to figure if we were lucky, we get 5, maybe 6 possessions per half. This is Free Academy's 3rd possession of the half, 3rd possession of the quarter, and I would think it would be extremely important for them to get something on the board at this point, especially the way the Tigers are playing.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter. A first quarter that belonged to Union-Endicott. Our score after 1, Union-Endicott 14, EFA nothing. Back with the second quarter after this.
I think that people...
Academy by the score of 14 to nothing. EFA has the football now. Second down and 8 from its own 27-yard line. The Devils need to put something together here. We haven't yet seen them utilize the speed of the Thomas twins. We may see it on this drive. Second down and 8. This is Jason Thomas. He's going to throw long down the right sideline. Nobody home. And a white flag on the play as the intended receiver, Jeremy Thomas, was knocked down after the play.
I think the rule states that, if the ball is clearly overthrown and the receiver doesn't have a chance for it, he certainly doesn't have to protect himself for the length of the play. It's probably going to be some type of personal foul, but he did take a pretty good shot. Interesting formation. Free Academy, as I said before, uses a whole bunch of different formations. That was twins to both sides of the field with a one-back backfield. The ball really wasn't close to being on the money. They're just trying to loosen Union-Endicott up a little bit in the secondary, hopefully to allow that run game to kick into gear.
It's going to be a personal foul marked off against Union-Endicott.
Again, we talked about those things that drive you crazy, Doug, and that's when the ball is 12 yards overthrown and suddenly it turns into a 15-yard gain because of a penalty.
Not what you'd call an intelligent play. EFA has the football. First down and 10 from its own 42-yard line. Jason Thomas, the handoff straight ahead. That's John Michael Cook. A flag comes flying in after the play, and it's where you might expect to see a holding penalty against EFA. Instead, it's a procedure call, but it is against the Blue Devils.
EFA now faced with 1st and 15, and again one of those mental mistakes. You got to try and stay away from those. You're going to get a hold, you're going to get a clip every once in a while, and you're going to put the ball on the ground. But when it comes to procedure, offsides, etc., things that you have control over, you really have to work hard to stay away from these 1st and 15s.
Well, this hasn't been a pretty drive on either side of the football, but it's first down and 15 for the Blue Devils. John Michael Cook is wrapped up. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Steve Earle wrapped Cook around the legs and brought him down.
Tigers certainly seem to be doing the job as far as containing Free Academy. They look to be a step away on a couple of plays, but here we are again with 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13. Tigers doing a great job defensively for the first 13 or 14 minutes, Doug.
Line of scrimmage, the EFA 38-yard line. They're calling it 2nd and 14, and now Academy elects to take a timeout and talk things over. Union-Endicott has come out and put up 2 first-quarter touchdowns to lead this game 14-0. Steve Earle got in first on a 1-yard touchdown run. And then in the Tigers' next possession, the big play was a 60-yard strike from quarterback John Feaster, a timing pattern, 3-step drop right down the right sidelines into the hands of his split end Ben Pruscia. who took it in.
I think it's really interesting, Doug, too, that, and again, in the first 12 or 13 minutes, at the top of the show, we talked about how the challenge was for each coach to try and adjust, especially when you're playing a team for the second time. Union-Endicott has used trips. They've used two wideouts on both sides. In the trips formations, they actually put Steve Earle in motion, so they had a no-back backfield. They've done just about everything as far as offensively to show Free Academy.
Blue Devils are set. Second down and 14 from their own 38. Jason Thomas is going to try to throw. Steps up, fires over the middle, almost intercepted. It's incomplete. It went right through the hands of Steve Earle, who almost had an interception. Brian French was the intended receiver for EFA. It will be third down and 14.
Not an enviable position. Third and 14, when you've only really picked up one first down as far as your offense is concerned, one via the penalty route. I think Free Academy may be struggling a little bit.
The Devils do have an explosive offense. This Jason Thomas can throw. We'll see what he does here on third and 14. He's going to try to throw again. Fires long down the middle of the field, and he overthrows his intended receiver. He tried to hit his twin brother, Jeremy, but he missed him by a couple of yards, and EFA will have to punt the football.
Well, he threw that ball a long way, Doug, and if it had been a step closer, Thomas probably would have, well, as we take another look at it, 7-step drop, great protection. Here, Ue defender on that side threw down. It looked like they were in a 2 deep. They had some time and distance to get over there, but the ball was just a little bit overthrown.
He was open. And now John Michael Cook is on to punt again, and he kicks that one a mile high. Nice punt. Fair catch called for and made by Ben Prussia, who had his dive to the ground to grab it.
Cook's a left-footed kicker. We always had a lot of trouble adjusting from left-footed kickers to right-footed kickers because the ball tailed to weight in the opposite direction. And Prussia had the handcuffs on for a second, but he went down and followed all the way down and did a pretty decent job of corralling the thing.
Tigers have it first and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Ue with a 14-0 lead. Out of the wishbone. Feaster gives the second back through. Right side, Jarvis Shields has a hole, has a nice game. He picks up about 7 in the second effort. Might have got on the first down.
I think they may have said that the whistle was blown, Doug. The official on our side of the field has the ball spotted with about 2 yards to go.
We'll look at this again. They are not going to give him that extra yardage, but Shields is not a big guy, but look at the strength here.
You look at him, he's also a track person, Doug. If you look at his thighs, he has tremendous strength from the waist down.
Feaster fumbles a snap, loose ball. Who's got it? Ue says it has it. The officials agree. Tigers hang on to the football, but they get nothing out of that play. It will be a third down and about 4.
Ue has been successful on every third down conversion that they've had thus far. I think it's important that Free Academy get their offense back on the field and stop them right here.
The give is to Shields, and he has the first down. A flag comes in on the play, so we'll see whether they get to keep this first down or not. EFA pointing at Ue.
Doug, that's that area that you like to refer to as the hold area. They may, in fact, have a hold on Union-Endicott. To take a look at it again, it's the same play that Shields almost broke the last time he carried the ball. Takes the first down away. Hate to give those up.
Certainly do. Sure, Ue head coach Fran Angeline is not happy about that one. From a first down, the Ue Tigers have a third down and 12. Two receivers split top of the screen. Now in motion near side is Earle, the quarterback. Feaster tries to keep it. He gets nothing.
It's the second time we've seen that formation, Doug. With motion, suddenly we have a no-back backfield, and he's either got to throw the ball or run it. The first time I thought he juggled the handoff, but it may be Ue's version of the quarterback draw. We'll have to wait and see.
It certainly didn't work. No gain on the play. 4th down and 12. Line of scrimmage, the Ue 26-yard line. There's the punt slipping down as he kicks it as Eric Hottenstein. The ball takes a hop into Elmira Free Academy territory, and it will be down at the EFA 44. That's where the Blue Devils will go to offense.
Free Academy shut him down for the first time today, Doug. You saw Eric Hottenstein. We talked about those short, choppy steps that the punters have to take. He went down on his butt that time. Got the kick off, however.
They did have a tarp over this third infield, but it's still a sloppy track out there. First down and 10, EFA, ball on its own 44. The Devils would sure like to punch one in there, trailing 14-0, 8:35 to go, first half. And you don't want to start a drive out that way. Blue Devils jump off sides. They'll be set back 5.
Second time, Doug. Last 2 possessions. Both possessions. From 1st and 10, we go to 1st and 15.
Really hasn't been a pretty game, Jack. We've had our share of sloppy plays, penalties, mistakes.
It's a Section 4 Bowl 1 championship game. I think the kids are probably a little nervous. I've really been excited by some of the things that I've seen. I'd like to cut out the penalties myself. That's part of the game.
First down and 15. The handoff straight ahead. John Michael Cook fights his way for about 4 yards. Second down and 11 coming up for EFA. The Blue Devils can put up some points. They scored 39 against the Tigers the last time these two teams met. So far, they've been kept off the scoreboard.
They scored 48 against Southside on this field last week.
It's a second down and 10 from the 44 for EFA. Jason Thomas back to throw, has some time. His pass is caught in a crowd short of the first down. It's up near midfield. DeAndre Fulmer, the tight end, came down with it. Jeff Long in on the coverage and the stop for Union-Endicott, short of the first down.
That was a great throw. Coverage, you certainly couldn't complain about the coverage because he drew a whole crowd of people once it was thrown.
Well, they're calling it an incomplete pass now. I believe one official overruled the other.
I think you're right, Doug. They started to spot it and then moved it back. Third and long again for Free Academy.
Third down and 10 from the 44. They rule it an incomplete pass. And Thomas again will try to throw. Deep drop, slips, throws. It is tipped. It is dropped. Almost intercepted by Union-Endicott's Jeff Long. Ue will get the football back after a punt, and the Tigers' defense has been awfully impressive.
We take a look at this again, Doug. A lot of pressure put on the quarterback. He slips, throws. Probably a bad decision to throw the ball at that point as he was going down. Difficult to throw off that back foot when you're on the way down and trying to protect yourself.
Ue should get the football in decent field position. Line of scrimmage to 44 as Cook will punt again. Left-footed kick and a beauty. Going all the way back to his 10-yard line is Jarvis Shields. Will try to left side. He has some running room, gets a block. He's across the 40 and down at the 45-yard line. Jarvis Shields with about a 40-yard return, and the Tigers have the football in good field position. We'll see if they can add to that 14-point lead when we return. 7:10 to go, first half, our score, 14-0, Ue. It's an offensive line surge. I think Steve Earle had the football in the middle of all that mess, and he got it out 5 yards on the play.
I think
Jeff Long on the carry.
I think you were right, Doug. It was the fullback. It was Jeff Long. And the surge was, he got 7 or almost 8 yards on that carry.
The ball is just across the midfield. Second down and 4, they're going to call it out of the wishbone. Feaster gives, right side Shields, breaks a tackle in the backfield. Shields has a first down and then some. All the way down to the 41-yard line of EFA, and the Tigers are moving the football awful effectively.
Sure are. They've had great success with that play. It's a little short counter trap, back away from the initial direction the ball was taken, and Free Academy reacts so quickly. UE has had great success with the counter play so far.
Brent Angeline has to be happy with the way his offense is working. Shields, motion top of your screen on first down and 10. That time it's nothing. Jeff Long, the ball carrier, Marco Batista, and Tracy Barchette in on the stop for EFA.
Maybe even lost a yard on the play, Doug. Now, the fact remains, however, that the Tigers have run the ball when they needed to, and they have thrown the ball and completed them when they needed to. It's just been rather one-sided to this point.
And if we had a clock on time of possession, the Tigers have controlled it for most of this first half. Shields motion top of the screen. Feaster, the handoff to Long, who barrels his way forward. What a second effort. Inside the 35 of EFA to the 33. He's short of the first down by a couple of yards, but Jeff Long just fought his way through there for a nice pickup.
Great job. Excellent second effort. Again, we see Union-Endicott in a one-back backfield, which serves a couple of purposes. It reduces Elmira Free Academy. It stretches them defensively, allowing some openings in the middle of the field.
Third down and 4 from the 34. And this is Jarvis Shields. And this is another first down for Union-Endicott.
Extremely impressed so far with Endicott's offensive line, Doug. They have seemed to control the line of scrimmage, especially at the point of attack, and with just a very few exceptions, have really dominated a little bit bigger Free Academy club up to this point.
First down and 10, UE from the 30-yard line. Feaster's going to throw. Timing pattern for Prussia. He goes down. Was there contact? Is there a flag? No. Yes, there's the flag. It's going to be pass interference against EFA.
Tough call. You know, I'd like to see that one again. I think anytime people's feet get tangled with each other, I think it's difficult to call it pass interference. Here, as we look at it again, top of your screen, running. I don't know, Doug. It looked like your feet got tangled, Prussia went down, and it's pass interference. Tough call.
Certainly wasn't intentional, but I don't think intentional had anything to do with it.
No, I don't think so.
First down and 10, Union-Endicott, the ball at the 15-yard line of EFA. And these Tigers, to use the old cliche, look like a well-oiled machine. Shields motion top of the screen. Feaster, the quarterback, tries to keep, but he's brought down in the backfield. Bill Stoll in on the stop. A flag in on the play late. We'll see what that's about, but Stoll busted in there and wrapped up Feaster in the backfield.
I think it was Feaster's, has a little towel that he wears on the front of him to kind of dry his hands off.
Oh, that's
what was ripped away. That was our flag, Doug.
A towel on the play. So,
Free Academy did a great job of staying home that time and preventing Feaster from picking up a little bit more throwing the ball. I'm not sure what he had in mind.
Bill Stoll tackled him, and he was playing flag football, too. He got his flag. All right, here's Jarvis Shields running up the middle, breaks a tackle. He may be in. Touchdown, UE. Jarvis Shields, a 19-yard touchdown run, and it's 20-0 Union-Endicott.
Doug, I'm not sure anybody really expected this. We talked about the quick scores and establishing a run game, and I don't think we were prophetic at all when we talked about it, but the Tigers certainly have done what they've had to do thus far.
The extra point upcoming. It's a fake. They pass it to the end zone, and it's dropped. Oh, they went for 2 on the fake, but the pass is incomplete.
Interesting call.
It remains 20-0. Yeah, interesting call.
Interesting. At that particular stage, or this particular stage of the game, as we look at it again, I think this is probably the touchdown run. And that's Shields. Well, I tell you what, he stops on a dime and gives you 9 cents change because it's slippery out there and it's difficult from a footing point of view, and he just did it all in that run.
20-0 Union-Endicott, and from the EFA side of things, you have to think that there's still 3:50 to go in the first half. There's still plenty of football. You got to stick to your game plan, don't you?
Doug, I absolutely. they've showed an ability to score points quickly all year, and I don't think it's time to panic. However, what they have to do a couple things defensively, though. They can't let Union-Endicott control the football like they have.
A 7-play drive covering 55 yards. Jarvis Shields finishing up on a 19-yard touchdown run. Here's the kickoff. Taken by one of the upbacks. This is Howard. Lionel Howard near side. Good return as he brings it all the way out near the 40-yard line of EFA. So the Blue Devils will start in good field position for this drive with 3:43 to go in the first half. And psychologically, if nothing else, they've got to get some points here before halftime to go into the locker room feeling at least a little bit good about themselves.
Absolutely. Got to get a score, have to stay away from the penalties, have to be mentally tough for the next 3.5 minutes or so, and it's really imperative that they get the score.
All right, let's see what EFA can do. First down and 10 from its own 38-yard line. Jason Thomas, the quarterback, with Fulmer in motion top of the screen. Pitch to the right side. John Michael Cook stopped in the backfield, fights his way up near the original line of scrimmage, but I don't think he got there. Great pursuit by the Union-Endicott defense. Brent Fruscia in on the stop.
Fruscia just diagnosed that play early, Doug. He saw exactly what was happening. What you try and do is force him wide and deep. Not only did he force him wide and deep, but he also got a piece of him, and as a result, brought him down.
He lost 2 on the play, Cook did. Second down and 12 from the 36 of EFA with the clock moving. 2:43 to go. First half, EFA trailing by 20 points. Again, Fulmer motion top of your screen. Thomas back to throw. Going to reverse his field to get it out to Jeremy Thomas on the left side. Thomas will try to use his speed, but he does not turn the corner. He's driven out of bounds by Tombolino. And that's the first pass that Jason Thomas has thrown for a completion. It only got him about a yard, if that.
If that. You're absolutely right, Doug. They brought Thomas from the far side of the field to the near side of the field, threw him a little screen play. Endicott stayed home, played the entire field, and with UE's team speed, actually gained very little, if anything.
The only good news for EFA is he got out of bounds and stopped the clock with 2:29 to go in the first half. Third down and 11. Jason Thomas, who's been struggling. The quarterback is back to throw. Under some pressure, and down he goes. I think it was Tony Valakovic. It was.
Yep, Valakovic. We certainly talked a little bit about him. Here we see it again as he comes in from the backside. That's the place that's most difficult for the quarterback to see. From an offensive point of view, that's where you want to overprotect on the backside, and Free Academy didn't do it that time. Valakovic came untouched.
You think UE is happy with a 20-point lead? They've called a timeout with 2:15 to go in the first half.
Absolutely. They want to get their hands back on that football, and they don't want Free Academy to use any more time than they have to as far as kicking the ball.
It's fourth down and 19 for Elmira Free Academy, and when we put together these first half statistics, it's not going to be pretty for the Blue Devils. The line of scrimmage, the EFA 29-yard line, and with 2:15 to go in the first half, UE leads 20-0, and they're not satisfied with that. The Tigers aren't. They called a timeout, and they want to get that football back with a chance to add to that lead. John Michael Cook on the punt, and he has done that quite often here in the first half. This will be his 5th punt.
Tigers are set up for return.
It's in the hands of Jarvis Shields, and he runs it out of bounds at the UE 40-yard line. So John Michael Cook getting more action punting the football than I'm sure head coach Dick Senko expected in the first half. 5 punts. And this time, the Tigers will get the football in good field position at their own 40-yard line. 2:04 to go in the first half. And I believe the Tigers still have 2 of their 3 timeouts remaining.
I think so, Doug. This is an interesting spot to be with 2 minutes to go. You sit on a 20 and go in with 20, or you try and get a little, maybe I won't say greedy. The object of the game is to score, but you don't want to give them a quick, cheap one either.
Feaster pitches at the last instant. Right side is Jarvis Shields. He has a hole, and he's up near a first down. He's about a yard or 2 short. But John Feaster has made the right decisions in that option today, Jack. He just got rid of that in time.
I honestly don't know how he has gotten rid of the ball a couple of times. That particular time, as we look at it again, we'll watch. Shields has to slow down and almost stop, but that's how you coach him. You coach him to stay in that pitch relationship with the quarterback, and Feaster has gotten them the ball. And he's pulled it back in when he's necessary as well.
2nd and 2 from the 47. Clock moving, 1:28 to go. Try receivers to the top of your screen as Feaster's back to throw. He throws over the middle. It's caught. And it's a first down for UE. It could be more. He's out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Tony Valakovic, the tight end.
Doug, from a game plan point of view, I'm sure we'll get a chance to see this again. They started with trips up at the top of the screen, motion by Long down at the bottom, which opens up the middle. The tight end drags across the middle, and then it's just using that athletic ability to get upfield. We talked at, we'll talk more later about UE's formations. It's been great so far.
First down and 10. Marcus Wilson left side. This time nothing. Hit and brought down by Felix White of EFA. But how about Tony Valakovic? Had a big sack on defense. He just leveled Jason Thomas on the previous EFA possession. UE gets the football back, and it's Tony Valakovic over the middle with a completion.
I think back to last year's bowl game, Doug. I think he was the defensive player of the game last year against Corning East. And he certainly is getting it done both offensively and defensively as far as this game is concerned. But I'm just amazed by the different looks that UE has given Free Academy up to this point. I think one of the teams that was extremely successful against Free Academy was Corning East late in the season. And Coach Holden gave Free Academy many different offensive looks. And Coach Angeline and his staff up to this point have certainly given Free Academy a multitude of looks, and they've been very successful.
UE has taken a timeout. If my count's correct, they still have one more. 1:07 to go in the first half. It's the Tigers 20 and Elmira Free Academy nothing. Line of scrimmage, the 30-yard line of EFA, and it will be 2nd down and 12. Don't forget the last time these two teams met, EFA exploded for 20 unanswered points when the Devils were trailing 2019 in the 3rd, so a lot could still happen. Back to throw is Feaster on first down, right side. Underthrown, incomplete, and a flag on the play. Now, one official may overrule the other. I saw one official try to say, no, it shouldn't be, but no, it is pass interference. I saw one official try to overrule that.
Referee Tom Carey signals pass interference. Again, it's a lot easier for us up here sometimes in terms of angles and everything else. You know, the ball, Feaster's arm looked like it was hit as he was throwing. Now, it's a little bit underthrown. The Free Academy player was playing a ball, Doug, and I'm not sure, unless there was some pushing and shoving going on down there that we didn't see.
You don't want to second guess the officials. Their job is tough, but man, you got to let Lionel Howard play defense.
Yep, I would tend to agree with you on that.
All right, first down and 10. UE gets the break. Line of scrimmage, the 15 of EFA. It's Feaster trying to throw again. Steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle, incomplete. Good defense that time. Ben Prussia was double teamed. I believe it was Howard again, along with Brian French on the coverage. It will be 2nd and 10.
I may have committed a big error, Doug, when I said referee Tom Carey. It's actually Jim Forbes. And if I did say that, I want to apologize to both of those gentlemen because I know them both. And I know either one would hate to be called the other.
All right, 58 seconds to go. An official's timeout right now. 58 seconds to go, first half. UE leading 20-0. Fran Angeline has put together an incredible game plan, it seems, for this one, as the Tigers have had things their way throughout the first half. They're trying to add to that 20-0 lead right now with a 2nd and 10 from the 15 of EFA. Feaster is going to keep it. He's going to be wrapped up and dragged down in the backfield. Jamal Irvin in on the stop. Clock continues to move, 45 seconds to go, and now a timeout has been signaled.
Looks like we have an injured player on the field.
Yes, we do. One of the EFA Blue Devils have shaken up. And it was Irvin who was in on that stop, but he seems to be okay, and he's jogging off the field. Looks to be an arm or a hand or a wrist injury.
That's always good to see. You don't like to see any of the kids down for long periods of time when they can get up under their own steam. That's just great to see. Coach Angeline just is like a bear over there.
3rd and 14. It's Peaster. The quarterback throws right side for Marcus Wilson. He is spilled down. Lionel Howard makes the stop. Well short of the first down. It's at about the 14-yard line. Oh, they'll mark at the 15-yard line of EFA. Ue uses its last time out. It's a 4th down and 10 from the 15 of EFA. You try a field goal here. Does Beers have the leg to get it in from there? Or go for it?
I think he probably does, Doug. With the footing in that particular part of the field, they'd be putting the ball down in it looks like a fairly wet spot. I don't know. Coach Angeline, I'm sure, would prefer the 6 or 7, but I think that if he was confident that Beers could kick what would turn out to be about a 32 or 33-yard field goal, they would do that as well. You just have to wait and see.
Well, it's a 4th down and 10 situation with the ball on the 15-yard line of EFA. The Blue Devils talking things over during this timeout. They've got to come up with a way to stop this Ue Tiger offense.
Well, I think that would be a priority as far as halftime is concerned. They're really hanging on for dear life at this particular point.
33 seconds to go in the first half, and it appears the Tigers will attempt a field goal. Matt Beers will try a field goal of 32 yards. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it is no good. It had the distance, but he missed it wide.
Yep, Beers thought it was good initially, and he certainly had the leg. Must have drifted off to the left at the last moment.
So the Blue Devils of EFA have held for one of the few times in the first half. Ue has a 20-0 lead, 28 seconds remaining in the first half, as the Blue Devils will take over the football at their own 20-yard line. And with 28 seconds left, they may just decide to regroup and go into halftime and figure out a way to get themselves right back in this football game in the second half.
I think from a realistic point of view, it's being down 20-0 with 28 to go. That'd probably be the smart thing. Try and get the ball to Thomas or Cook. Maybe something good will happen.
The handoff is to Cook, who spins his way for a couple of yards. And one thing you have to be awfully impressed with in the first half, Jack, is the way the Union-Endicott Tigers defensive line has held strong against an EFA offensive line, which has a lot of size.
Absolutely, Doug. Endicott, after Cheapers Free Academy scored 39 the last time, to shut them out for a half is certainly an accomplishment.
It is halftime, and the first half has been all Union-Endicott. We'll be back to talk about the first half. We get to set up for the second half when we return. Our score at halftime, the Tigers of Union-Endicott 20, Elmira Free Academy nothing. We're back at Dunn Field in Elmira. Our halftime score, Union-Endicott 20 and Elmira Free Academy nothing. And as you might expect, the statistics are very much in the Tigers' favor as well, just as the score is. And we'll take a look at some of those numbers as compiled by our crack staff of statisticians, John Fury and Bill Condon. And Jack, it does not look pretty for Elmira Free Academy.
No, it's as far as first downs, the Tigers have 8, Free Academy 2, and right all the way down the line. The big stat that, as coaches, I think that is really important, however, is that 20-0. But it's certainly the statistics point to the reason why the score is 20-0 at the half.
253 total yards for Union-Endicott as opposed to just 45 for EFA. It has not been the same story.
As we look at what we talked about earlier, Doug, I think Union-Endicott has, once again, they have established the run game. They've played great defense, and to the best of my knowledge, there really hasn't been a turnover up to this point. And we also talked at the top of the show about how important it was for coaches when they play the second time to adjust, do some things differently, and I think Endicott has done a great job so far. As far as Free Academy is concerned, be mentally ready. They've had some penalties at inopportune times. They have not prevented the quick scores. However, there have been no turnovers.
Well, the second half kickoff is about to get underway, and we will be back with the opening half of the second half kickoff right after this.
Action Sports High School Football, the Section 4 Bowl 1 Championship, Division 1 versus Division 2. The Union-Endicott Tigers take on the Elmira Free Academy Blue Devils. Brought to you in part by Eureka Camping Center, Country Steady, Painted Post.
20-0, Union-Endicott on top. And to make matters worse, from the EFA standpoint, the Tigers will get the ball first to open up this second half. EFA in the all-blue uniforms will be kicking off from right to left. The Tigers in their home white, the road white, I guess in this case, with the black pants, will be receiving to your left. What must the Devils do here in the second half to get back into this football game, Jack?
Well, I think they got to cause a turnover or 4. They can't allow Endicott to take this opening possession of the second half down the field and get something on the board.
There's the kickoff. It chases Ue all the way back to its own goal line, and the return only gets out to about the 18. Ben Krusha brought down at the 18, and that's where the Tigers of Union-Endicott will go to offense. First down and 10. Ue with quarterback John Peaster, who had a successful first half, throwing the football, the big play, the 60-yard strike to Ben Krusha. And it's first down and 10 for Union-Endicott. Handoff left side, Jarvis Shields has a big hole, has a first down. Up to the 29-yard line is Jarvis Shields. He ran for 67 yards in the first half. You can tack on about 10 more to that.
Initially, Ue seems to be picking right up where they left off at the end of the first half. Certainly meeting strength with strength as far as lead backs and people converging at the point of attack. Shields doesn't need much room.
First and 10 from the 29-yard line. This is Shields again, left side. Doesn't have much room this time and doesn't get many yards. He's out of bounds after a 2-yard gain. It will be second down and 8 for Union-Endicott. And I guess, Jack, it's awfully important for EFA to hold on this first series, maybe get the football back in good field position and punch one in there and have something to build on.
I just can't emphasize how important it is.
Second down and 7 from the 32. It's Shields again. Cuts back up the middle, and he has a first down. EFA has not been able to stop Jarvis Shields.
I think the interesting thing about Shields, Doug, is once he gets into the secondary, he is so deceptive and so difficult to bring down, and he has such great strength from the waist down. If we look at the play again, he gets the ball, bang. He is constantly shifting, giving you a hip and taking it away.
Well, here he is again, left side, and this time he can only get a yard or 2. Bill Stoll in on the stop. Also Brian French there for EFA. It's only a 1-yard gain. And Ue right back up to the line of scrimmage here on second down and 9. A different formation from the Tigers here. And it goes to the deep back Shields, left side. He fights, he battles, he scratches, he claws for about 5. A third down situation coming up for Ue.
Doug, once again, Tigers coming up, running without a huddle, a little bit different wrinkle as far as formation is concerned, doing several things to keep Free Academy off guard. So far, it's been an extremely interesting approach to the game that the Tigers have taken.
Felix White, number 56, and on the stop, 6'2", 230, bringing down little Jarvis Shields on the play. Third down and 4 for Union-Endicott from the 47. It's Shields. It's another first down for Ue. And Shields has to be up near 100 yards in the game.
Doug, I think an awful lot of credit has to go to the guys in the trenches. Union-Endicott's offensive line has just won the battle thus far. They have controlled the point of attack. They have given Jarvis 3 or 4 yards to get going and to do things in the secondary.
Back to throw is Peaster. He's going to keep it on the bootleg right side, and he's got some green in front of him. Peaster has a first down, and he's out of bounds at the 25-yard line of EFA. Jeremy Thomas finally chased him down, but John Peaster has another Union-Endicott first down. The Tigers leading 20-0, looking to add to that lead.
As we look at it again, Doug, Tigers had had great success running to the short side of the field. Peaster this time, early late in the second half, he tried to bootleg, and Free Academy defensed it rather well. That time there was nobody home on the wide side of the field, and Peaster did some real damage as far as Free Academy is concerned.
They marked the ball at the 28-yard line of EFA, and there's a timeout called. Jarvis Shields is over the 100-yard mark. He's run for 102 and the 19-yard touchdown run back in the second quarter.
I think Free Academy took that timeout, Doug. They have to draw a line sooner or later if they're going to be successful and have an opportunity to come back. I think if Union-Endicott puts another one on the board, I don't think you can ever say never, but it's going to be extremely difficult to come back if you're suddenly down 27 and 28, especially with the UE playing a defense that they have so far.
9:26 to go in the third quarter, so there is plenty of football time left for the Blue Devils of Elmira Free Academy.
Yes, there is.
They sure didn't want to start out the second half with a UE score.
No. Plus, the Tigers have chewed up almost 4 minutes thus far.
First down and 10 at the 28. Right side, this is Jarvis Shields. Breaks a tackle, and he still fights his way for about 3 or 4 yards when he had no business getting any.
No, he certainly did. And he's a quality kid. Great speed, great strength, and he plays basketball. He's a track person. He's a gymnast and a track person, and he just does a lot of different things from an athletic point of view.
He only ended up getting 2, but he could have easily lost 2. Second down and 8 from the 27. Peaster gives it the fullback. Jeff Long has a haul. Jeff Long is all the way down to the EFA 10-yard line. First down and goal. It could be for UE.
This is exactly what Free Academy didn't want to happen, Doug. Tigers took the ball inside their own 20. As we look at this play again, Long just does a great job. He takes about three people with him.
And on first down, it's carried down to the 5-yard line by Jarvis Shields. UE can get a first down without getting a touchdown. It was first and 10 from the 11. If UE gets to the 1-yard line, it would be a first down again. Right now, it is second down and 4 from the 5. And John Peaster brings the Tigers up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the wishbone formation. Peaster gives straight ahead. Long gets down near the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, UE.
Great job by the offensive line. Great job by Long that time. I'm in a state of shock, Doug. I really didn't expect this. The Tigers have played masterfully thus far. We look at it again. Long, just great second effort. Really almost untouched into the end zone. I wasn't sure if he tripped or what.
The extra point from Beers is good, and it's 27-0. Union-Endicott. There was some question whether Long's knee went down as he stumbled his way into the end zone, but he got in. Touchdown Tigers, 27-0, and who would have thunk it?
Not me.
Elmira Free Academy coming into this football game, the #1 rated Class B team in all of New York State. And as you can see from that picture, the Blue Devils are in disbelief. Felix White on the sidelines trying to figure it out.
I don't think anybody has figured it out up to this point, Doug. Free Academy, both of these teams are well coached. They've had great years to get this far. We talked about gut check time before when the score was 14-0. I think Coach Senko is going to have to go into his magic bag of tricks and get some points on the board in a hurry.
Here's the kickoff from Ben Krusha. Caught out of the air on a line drive by John Michael Cook. He's got a head of steam. To the near side of the field, here goes John Michael Cook into Union-Endicott territory. Down to the Tiger 46-yard line. Cook, though, appears shaken up after the carry. And what a loss that would be for EFA. Well, he's okay. Here's a look again at that return.
Here's Cook. He gets up ahead of steam, and I like this kid. He just runs over people right here. Looks like he's in considerable pain. He pounded his fist on the ground and got up. Said, I'm going back in.
Man, he was double-teamed and went down hard, but he's back in there. First down and 10, EFA from the UE 48-yard line. Let's see if the Devils can get something going on offense. First possession of the second half. The handoff is to Cook, straight ahead, and he fights forward for about 3. Gets to about the 45-yard line of Union-Endicott. That last Tiger drive, 11 plays, 82 yards, with Jarvis Shields gaining 42 of those yards to get up over the 100-yard mark. But EFA now's got a chance to get some points on the scoreboard, and they got to score pretty quickly to get into this football game. 7:34 to go, third quarter. There is time, but they can't waste too much of it. 2nd and 7 from the 45 of UE. Backs in the eye behind quarterback Thomas. And the handoff goes right side, big gain, and Jeremy Thomas has just tripped up, or he may have had a touchdown. He does have a first down, and EFA is moving the football effectively for the first time in this game.
They certainly are, Doug. Again, as you look at the clock and we're rolling down towards the 7-minute mark, here's the play again. Thomas showing some of the moves that Shields has showed us all night. Once he got into the secondary, extremely elusive. Good game. They need more of those.
First down and 10. And this home crowd of Elmira Free Academy here at Dunfield getting excited. Back to throw Thomas. Throws over the middle. It's caught inside the 20-yard line. It'll be a first down for EFA. Brian French hauled it in. A 10-yard pickup. Depending on the mark, it should be a first down for Elmira Free Academy.
Had some time to throw the ball. He had, as we look at it again, 5-step drop, simple look in, ball was right on the money. He certainly did draw a crowd.
They're going to measure this, and we looked at our replay there, and it looked like the receiver was clearly across the 20-yard line. Not a favorable mark for the EFA people as the ball is placed right about at the 20, but it is a first down anyway. Jason Thomas, who threw for a grand total of -1 yards in the first half, connects on a 10-yarder to French for an EFA first down, and the Blue Devils look impressive on this drive.
They sure do, Doug. Got to get it in the end zone on this possession, however.
First down and 10 from the Union-Endicott 20-yard line. Jason Thomas gives left side, and losing yardage on the play is Jeremy Thomas. A little extracurricular activity after the play, but cooler heads are prevailing.
That's always good to see. You don't want to lose one of your best kids due to extracurricular activity, as you so aptly put it.
EFA back out to the 21-yard line now after the loss of 1. This is what they call the red zone. You get inside the 20 there. Teams that can stick it in the end zone once they get inside the 20 are usually very successful. 2nd down and 11 for EFA. The handoff is to John Michael Cook. Check that, it's Howard, his first carry of the game, and he is thrown backward. Lionel Howard might have got a yard, and it's going to be a 3rd down and long coming up for Elmira Free Academy, and there is an injured player on the field for EFA. Haven't been able to pick up the number of the injured player.
No, it's difficult to tell from where we're sitting, Doug.
Well, as they attend to the injured Blue Devil, we're going to take a timeout, and we'll get you updated on his situation when we return. 5 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. It's been all Tigers, UE 27, EFA nothing. Doug Wright and Jack Toohey back at Dunfield, where it's UE 27, EFA nothing. The injured Blue Devil, DeAndre Fulmer, off under his own power. It looks like an arm injury as they attend to him on the sideline. 3rd down and 10 coming up for EFA. And the Blue Devils would hate to lose that gentleman, Fulmer, a two-way player on offense and defense. He's the tight end.
One of the things they did during the injury, Free Academy took a timeout. 3rd and roughly 10 yards to go. It's important that they get the first down, continue to drive, and get the ball in the end zone. I think it was a wise time to take a timeout. You don't want to take 3 in with you when the game's over.
You figure they still have 2 plays to get those 10 yards. They would have to go on 4th down, as you see EFA coach Dick Senko there a moment ago on the sideline. 3rd down and 10 from the 20-yard line. And they're keeping it on the ground, and it's not good for more than a yard or 2 straight ahead. Jeremy Thomas, the speedster, not able to get free up the middle. No hole there for him. He gets about 2. It's going to be 4th down, and I'd say a long 8.
Excellent fill by the linebackers that time. A lot of pressure being put on Free Academy by Union-Endicott defensively. Big play right here, Doug.
Could mean the game for EFA with 5:08 to go in the 3rd quarter, trailing 27-0. 4th down and 8 from the UE 18-yard line, and Jason Thomas uses the timeout.
One of the things we talked about, Doug, and I totally understand that you were dealing with 15 and 16 and 17-year-old kids. It was that mental toughness and mental discipline. I think they came up in the wrong formation. Thomas realized they were in the wrong formation and was forced to call a timeout. And I'm sure that Coach Senko would rather have saved that timeout.
Yes, when you're trying to come from behind, trailing by 27, if you get back in the game, if you hope and expect to, if you're Elmira Free Academy, you're going to want to have those timeouts down the stretch. As we mentioned before, EFA has a very explosive offense. I mean, that Jason Thomas has an arm. We've seen it a couple times in this game. His brother Jeremy is awful quick as a wide receiver. They can put points up quickly. But right now, they've got to get 8 yards. First things first, 4th down and 8 from the UE 18-yard line. And what more can you say about UE head coach Fran Angeline? He's put together an impressive game plan for this one. The Tigers have looked tough. 4th down and 8. Thomas back to throw. He's got time. He fires into the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. What a catch by Jeremy Thomas out there. They have a right pole out in the end zone, and I thought he was going to run smack into it. But he made the catch, he got the touchdown, and EFA is on the board.
I thought so too, Doug. And he used the pole as kind of a pick. He kind of picked one of the secondary folks from UE off. As we look at it again, Jason steps back and just lost the ball. Just a great catch, tough call. Official right there. You saw the official right there, able to see the entire thing.
You can tell it's a home field for EFA. I mean, he must know where that pole is because he must have, man, he missed it not by much. Here's the extra point. It's up and it just sneaks its way across. It's good. Jamal Irvin has the extra point, and it's 27-7. And Elmira Free Academy is trying to creep right back into this ball game. The touchdown pass on 4th down and 8, an 18-yard strike from Jason Thomas to Jeremy Thomas. And the Blue Devils are on the board.
Important series for Coach Senko and his Blue Devils. Gets them on the board, gets the adrenaline going a little bit. You know, not much more you can say. With 4:57 to go in the 3rd quarter, it's now important that the defense rises to the occasion as well.
Fran Angeline, he's been through these kind of wars before, many of them. If he wins this game, he'll become the all-time leading coach in Section 4. He'd have more wins than anybody else, surpassing Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb, also from Union-Endicott, has 202 wins. I could tell you some stories about games down there watching him, Doug, but I won't bore you now.
UE with trouble on the kickoff. It's finally picked up left side and out to the 23-yard line. So the Tigers, Jarvis Shields on the return. The Elmira Free Academy drive, 7 plays for 48 yards. And credit Jason Thomas connecting on both of his pass attempts for a grand total of 29 yards of the 48. And the touchdown pass of 18 yards to his twin brother, Jeremy Thomas, capping it off. It's 27-7. EFA would love to stop UE without a first down here. The Tigers starting off deep in their own territory at the 23.
I think the defense would love to cause a turnover. I saw Free Academy defensively score once against Maine Endwell, and they're certainly capable of causing some things to happen out there as well.
First down and 10 from the 23 for Union-Endicott. The handoff goes to the fullback, Steve Earl. He gets a few. Earl and Jeff Long have shared the fullback duties here tonight, and both have been very effective straight ahead.
They certainly have, Doug. When you're faced with 2nd and 5s or 2nd and 6s, you're right on schedule. When you're not thrown off schedule, there's still a lot of things that you can do on 2nd down.
Wilbert Reed made that stop for EFA. It's 2nd down and 5. Marcus Wilson left side. A dance, step, and maybe a yard. The momentum seems to have shifted just a bit to EFA's side of the field.
I'm going to wait about 40 seconds, Doug, before I agree with you. Tigers have had great success on 3rd down conversions thus far in the ball game. Be interesting to see what they call here and how successful they are.
3rd and 5 from the Tigers 27. Big offensive play for UE. Out of the wishbone, piece of the long counts. Gibbs left side. Wilson breaks a tackle, and he stops short of the first down. He stopped short. Andre Comer and Bill Skoll went on stop for EFA. And the Tigers will have to punt the football, and EFA should get it back in good field position.
Sure should, Doug. Tigers went on a long count. Free Academy very disciplined, stayed on side.
Oh, and just as you say, disciplined.
I spoke a little too soon. I think that's going to be a first down, Doug.
It looks like EFA jumped, but now we got to see whether there was movement on the UE side of things. And I think there was. Procedure against UE. Boy, it looked to me like EFA might have jumped because the EFA player that went across the line of scrimmage looked upset with himself for doing it.
Yeah. Apparently one of the Tigers, you don't have to move very much when you're an offensive lineman. Once you get in that 3-point stance, you can't lift your hand up, you can't do anything. So.
Well, Ben Fruscia will punt. And he slips down again as he kicks the football, but gets a good one out of it. And bounces and rolls all the way down near the 35-yard line. It's touched by somebody, and EFA falls on it. I don't know if the Blue Devils touched that one inadvertently and had to dodge the bullet there to fall on top, but Lionel Howard covered up.
Difficult to see from here. Fruscia met the ground for the 2nd time this evening. He certainly is not taking those little short, choppy steps that we talked about. Free Academy's defense rising to the occasion for only the 2nd time in the ball game. I think it was probably much more important at this time than in the first half.
1st and 10 EFA from its own 33. The Devils looked awfully impressive in their last drive. And Thomas is going to start out throwing the football. Pumps once and fires long down the middle of the field. Incomplete. He overthrows everybody. Jeremy Thomas was out there, as was Lenny Stage. Neither were very close to the football. It will be 2nd down and 10.
I think with 2:22 to go, Doug, they're going to have to think about throwing the ball a little bit more often, and hopefully be a little bit more successful. Throwing the ball deep isn't all bad if it's incomplete. It gets the other club thinking about it, and sometimes that opens up the short game. So that's not all bad.
Still 3rd quarter, 2:22 left. 2nd down and 10 from the Academy 33. The single setback, and Thomas wants to throw. Fires left side, a man wide open. Stage catches it, and he's brought down about 2 yards short of the first down. It's a gain of about 8. And Elmira Free Academy has a key 3rd down situation coming up. Academy's leading rusher, John Michael Cook, is on the sidelines right now, injured.
That certainly is a loss.
Yes.
Because he is, not only is he a fine football player, but he's certainly a leader as far as Free Academy is concerned.
Hard to tell how serious the injury is. He's standing up on the near sideline. Maybe we can get a picture of him a little bit later. It's 3rd down and 3 for Elmira Free Academy, and number 33, John Michael Cook, is a bit shaken up. And that's one reason why the Devils have gone right to the air on this possession. 3rd down and 3 from their own 39-yard line. Thomas back to throw, fires quick on the right side. French has it. He does not have the first down. Eric Hottenstein makes a great play to bring down Brian French for no gain.
And that was a great play, Doug. I thought there was no way, once he got the ball in that particular place on the field, that they could deny him the first down. They certainly reacted up well and wrapped up, made the tackle. Free Academy has 4th and 2.
With the ball at the Academy 41-yard line, let's see. They're not going to go for it. They're in punt formation. John Michael Cook is back, and what a high kick this is, but a short one. And it goes out of bounds on the far side of the field. Only about a 20-yard punt. And it wasn't Cook with the punt, of course, because Cook is injured. He's on the sideline. Jamal Irving gave it a shot and pushed it out of bounds.
Well, he sure did. Didn't go nearly as far as I'm sure Free Academy would have liked it to have gone. UE has great field position as we wind down the last 53 seconds or so in this quarter, Doug.
First down and 10 for Union-Endicott from the 49-yard line. Out of the wishbone. Easter gives straight ahead. A yard or two from the fullback. But which fullback was it that time? Long. Jeff Long gets a couple up the middle.
We'll have probably one more play in this quarter. Again, Free Academy has to stop the Tigers, and it certainly sound like a broken record, but that's what it boils down to now.
Here's Shields. And he is down to the 45-yard line of EFA, short of the first down. The third down play will be coming up from Union-Endicott when we begin the fourth quarter, because time is winding down here in the third, and UE will not have to run another play. The Tigers had a 20-point lead at halftime. Their lead is still 20. The teams exchange third quarter touchdowns. And at the end of 3, it's Union-Endicott 27, Elmira Free Academy 7. Back with the fourth quarter right after this. Back at Dunfield and Elmira, along with our statisticians, John Fury and Bill Condon, who've done a great job keeping us up to date on the numbers in this game. The biggest number to score. It's in UE's favor, 27-7. Tigers have it third down and 3 from the 44-yard line as we open the fourth quarter. It's Jarvis Shields right side, and Jarvis Shields has the first down for Union-Endicott. Shields broke the 100-yard mark in the third quarter, and he's just had a great game for Union-Endicott. Wilbert Reed made the stop for EFA, and that's John Michael Cook on the sidelines. He was not in for that last possession for EFA. He's been worked on. It looked like he had a leg injury. Now they're working on his hand or wrist. We'll see if he can get back in there for EFA. First down and 10 from the 40-yard line for UE. The handoff is to the fullback, Jeff Long. He breaks a tackle, and he could go. He needs a block downfield. He gets inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line.
UE seems to reestablish the ground game, Doug, as they changed, they moved from the third to the fourth quarter. As we look at the play again, the handoff to Long, just again using athletic ability, bounces it back. The play wasn't designed to go there, but as all good running backs should do, he certainly ran for daylight very well.
Take what you can get, and that's what he did there. First down and 10. First down and goal for the Tigers. And on first down, they don't get much. Again, it's the fullback Long, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. It'll be second down and goal from the 7. Sheldon Smith in on the stop for Elmira Free Academy.
I think the important thing here, obviously Union-Endicott wants to score, because I think that would probably put it away. But again, it's eating away at the clock, and it's making things extremely difficult for Free Academy.
Second down and goal from the 7. The pitch, left side. Marcus Wilson's going to lose yardage. Jeremy Thomas hit him first. Jamal Irvin also there. And it's going to be third down and goal for Union-Endicott. EFA knows it's got to keep UE out of the end zone here if it has any hopes of coming back in this game. 10:35 to go. Right now, EFA trails by 3 scores. Still possible. 4 scores, almost impossible.
Very, very difficult.
3rd down and goal from the 9 for Union-Endicott. Now to the wishbone. It's Peaster dropping back to throw. Rolls to his right side. Under pressure. Peaster wants to throw. He lobs it into the end zone. Almost caught by Jarvis Shields. He drops it. And EFA is held. It's 4th down and 9 now. 4th and goal from the 9.
I think we may see Mr. Beers come in and try his 2nd field goal of the night.
We'll look at it again. Peaster showing some good athletic ability just to get rid of this ball.
Sure did.
Right
and that
there.
ball was right on the fingertips. Catchable, difficult catch, however.
And here is Matt Beers to attempt a field goal of 26 yards. It is up, and it is good. So now it's a 23-point lead for Union-Endicott, 30-7. But EFA is still within 3 scores. We'll take a break. The Tigers have that 23-point lead. It's 30-7. Football game, the Section 4 Bowl 1 championship. Here from Elmira's Dunn Field. UE 30, EFA 7. A small victory for the Blue Devils there as they kept UE out of the end zone, and Matt Beers kicked a field goal, and now it's a 23-point lead. The kickoff for Matt Beers is taken by Howard, who slips. He tries to reverse his field. He's thrown backwards, and down he goes.
We see some frustration being shown on the part of Free Academy. Howard, I don't know if they blew the whistle, his knee went down or whatever, but he threw the ball down in what seemed like a little bit of disgust, probably with himself more than anybody else. If we look at it again, comes up, his knee may have gone down right there, then he's wrapped up, and then he's kind of mad, throws the ball. I'm not sure how to interpret that. I think he's just frustrated.
It's 1st down and 10 for EFA from its own 19-yard line. And the handoff goes to the second back through. That's Jeremy Thomas. He fights for a yard or 2. EFA needs to move it more quickly than that, trailing 30-7 with 9:25 to go in the football game.
I think you're right, Doug, and I think we'll probably see the Thomas's arm come into play. Probably on 2nd down. You don't want to throw the ball when you're inside your own 20, 25, but they're in the position now where they're really forced to.
2nd down and 7 from the 22. And Thomas will throw. Left side, and a little pitch after the catch. The ball is loose. EFA lucky to come back up with a football. Ooh, they almost turned it over there. It looks like Tom Bellino had a great chance to scoop that ball up.
A couple of things there. I don't know if we're going to get a chance to see that again. It's the old, I don't know what you want to call it, hook and ladder, whatever, but he throws the ball out and then simply trying to pitch it back to a back coming around behind him. He pitched it, nobody was home. Endicott, I think Coach Angeline would have encouraged his kid to wrap the ball up, get down on it, and recover it rather than trying to advance it.
It's 3rd down and 13 for Elmira Free Academy with the ball all the way back at the EFA 16. Backs in the eye behind the quarterback, Thomas, and you can bet the ranch he's going to throw it if he can. If he has time, he slips, he throws, incomplete. And it will be 4th down, and you'd have to expect EFA to punt the football from way back at its own 16-yard line. 8:03 to go in the football game. It's 30-7 UE, but there's a flag on the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct against EFA, and that will be half the distance back to the goal line, and now the Blue Devils are really in a hole.
Well, we talked about that frustration level 3 plays ago on the kickoff. Again, when you talk about juniors and seniors in high school, I think emotions run high in games like this. They were 9-0 coming into the ball game. They were ranked number 1 in the state, and I think they are probably a little bit upset with their level of play thus far this evening.
Hey, take nothing away from the Blue Devils. They've had an outstanding season to this point.
Absolutely.
This is not at all indicative of what this team can and has done all season long. There's a kick from Jamal Irvin. It is dropped. It is picked up. And Marcus Wilson will bring it back for a couple of yards. Ue will have great field position again with a first down and 10. And here comes some flags. Here comes some hot heads on the field, and you just hate to see this.
Well, that's for sure, Doug. And with 7:52 to go, you would like to see the kids just play the game. And I think the officials are going to do everything they can to keep the game under control, because it's certainly in their hands now.
Another unsportsmanlike conduct, and Coach Dick Schenko is being consoled by the official. It's been a long night for the Blue Devils.
Jim Forbes, longtime official, Southern Tier. I don't know if, I think he was just explaining that to Coach Schenko. Not sure if anyone was ejected or not, but.
The ball is moved to the 29-yard line of Elmira Free Academy, and this game is just about over. 7:43 to go. It's 30-7, Union-Endicott. Shields split out to the near side, bottom of your screen. And the handoff is straight ahead to the fullback. Is that Jeff Long? This time is Steve Earle, who gets about 9 yards on the play. Steve Earle with a big pickup. Ue already has two running backs with over 100 yards in this game. Jarvis Shields with 118. Jeff Long with 106.
Jeff Long, that fullback again in the wishbone. Extremely important, and I'm really surprised. You said earlier that Ue had to establish the run game. They certainly have done that.
Second down and 1. Left side, first down. To the 15-yard line. Steve Earle. Maybe he'll get 100 yards before this thing's over.
You never know. I think the other thing that I've been extremely impressed with thus far is we talked about turnovers at the outset. The Tigers have held on to the football, haven't turned it over. The field conditions, not great, not bad, but they have held on to the thing with two hands all night.
First and 10 from the Academy 16, out of the wishbone. Second back through, it's Marcus Wilson. He gets down to the 10. The Ue ball carriers, when they get just a little bit of room, have seemed able to just pick up 5, 6, 7 yards in a chunk.
I think they've done a great job of adjusting once they get into the secondary. I think Ue's offensive line deserves a great deal of credit because they have really won the battle at the point of attack.
People like Sean Clark, Tim McQuaid, Pete Canavino, Lynn Hollister, Matt Beers done a great job up front. Jeff Long. No Steve Earle. Hard to pick up that fullback in the pile, and Earle is thrown backward this time on a third down play. Let's see what we got. We'll see where they mark the football. Check the situation for the Tigers. That was a second down play. This will be third down now. Third down and 4 at the Elmira Free Academy 9. And here come the Tigers, leading 30-7. The handoff is the second back throw. It's Marcus Wilson left side, tries to hurdle a tackler, but he's brought down. Lionel Howard spills Wilson as he gets to the 5-yard line. That's short of the first down, I believe. It's very close to the first down, at least, and we'll see if he's got it or not.
Looks like they're going to bring the chains across.
Great tackle by Howard in the open field, or he might have had 6.
Absolutely. Hey, there's some great skill kids on this Free Academy team. They can run, they've tackled, and that's why, I've just been so impressed with Ue's ability to hold on to the ball and not turn it over. Because the way they run the wishbone and the way they try and keep things on the ground, we have seen some real collisions out here today.
Well, I mentioned at first he was short of the first down, and boy, my eyes are better than I really thought. He is short by about a foot.
What do you think, Doug? Will we see Matt Beers or Coach Angeline going to go for it?
I think you go for it. I mean, that offensive line, we mentioned the names a short time ago, has done a great job opening up the holes. You have to expect you get that yardage, and if you don't get in, hey, the clock keeps moving in your favor, and you have the ball, and you just keep it away from EFA for that much longer.
Absolutely. They have to go 95.
Yep.
That's what they're going to do.
They'll go 4th down and about a foot. 5:20 to go in the football game. It's already 30-7 Tigers. Feaster will keep it himself, and I don't think he got it. No surge from the line there. It looked like EFA busted right in and stopped him.
Like
it will depend on the measurement here, but I really don't think he got it.
It's going to be close. It looked like he took a step back to try and move one side or the other in the center into the either seam. He never really got started.
He was stopped, but you can't second guess the decision there. EFA now down by 23 points, has 94 yards to move the football just to get within 2 scores.
No, can't second guess. With 5:07 to go, and the Tigers up by a considerable number of points. I'd be the last guy to second guess Coach Angeline or any member of his staff right now.
Boy, they just did a tremendous job preparing for this game. They had the right game plan coming in, and they played flawless football here. On 1st down and 10 from the 4, they drive it straight ahead on the ground. That's Craig Bird, number 44, the ball carrier, just into the football game. One thing that hurt EFA here in the second half was the injury to John Michael Cook. I don't know whether it would have mattered that he was in there, whether they would have won the game or not, but it certainly didn't help them any.
He's a quality football player, Doug. And you can't lose him and McGee and some of the other kids that Free Academy's lost over the course of the year and really be firing on all 8 cylinders.
A flag on that previous play, and EFA head coach Dick Senko has got to be a little distraught with this performance of his team here tonight, trailing 30-7, but what a tremendous season for the Elmira Free Academy Blue Devils. Came into this one undefeated, ranked number 1 in the states. Handoff second back through the hole. Jeremy Thomas. He is out for 1st down yardage. Across the 20-yard line to about the 25. Thomas looks a little upset, shaken up, physically and emotionally, I guess.
And understandably so. Ue in a position now where they loosen up with linebackers, loosen up in the secondary. You know, they'll give you 4 or 5, but they certainly aren't going to give you the big one, and they're going to try and keep you inbounds and get up slow.
Some late changes for Elmira Free Academy as William Moody runs onto the field at the last instance. The handoff goes right into the center of the line for very little yardage. It's all a matter of time right now. Union-Endicott will be the Section 4 Bowl 1 champion. Head down to Kingston next Saturday for a long day of football. We'll see how our Section 4 teams fare against the teams from down there.
Well, if past years are an indicator, I would think that Section 4 representatives will be very, very successful.
2:30 to go in the game. And on 2nd down and 8, Craig Bird gets a few. The winners yesterday in the bowl games, Elmira Notre Dame, 20-16 over Seton Catholic. And it was Walton, 12-0 over Tioga. So those 2 teams will be going to Kingston. As will Union-Endicott. 3rd down and 4 from the 30. Lionel Howard with a carry, and he appears to have stopped just short of the 1st down. It's going to be awfully close. Right about the 35-yard line of EFA. 1:50 to go. The clock stopped for a measurement. And Jack, in retrospect, looking back on this football game, how did it happen like this?
We talked at the beginning of the show about things that Ue had to do to be successful. You and I talked as we drove down, about coaching and adjustments that you make when you play a team twice. And I think Coach Angeline and the staff just did a lot of things right in terms of giving Free Academy different looks. They controlled the line of scrimmage as far as the run was concerned. And they gave them a whooping today.
The first time these two teams met was EFA, winning by 19 points. In one season, must be awful tough to beat one team twice.
Especially when you have two teams of this quality and this caliber.
1:40 to go in the football game. It's 30-7 Union-Endicott. It's Thomas back to throw, fires near side. It's caught. It's dropped. It was caught, then it was dropped. It appeared that Lenny Stage had the catch, but he was hit. It appeared Eric Hottenstein was in on the play. Clock stopped, 1:34 to go in the game. Second down and 10 for EFA, trailing by 23 points.
Looks like that was the old catch, drop, catch trick, Doug. Somebody gained 6 yards on that play.
They moved the sticks up, didn't they?
Yeah.
Scoreboard reads 2nd and 10, but the ball's placed 2nd and 4. Again, they dump it off, and it looks like it's a first down. It is a first down. Thomas is able to hit Lenny Stage, and EFA is moving the football, but it's too little too late, trailing 30-7 with 1:13 to go in the game. Clock moving.
It doesn't seem possible that the season is about 1 week away from being over. I guess I couldn't let this slide by, Doug. How did things go to Carrier Dome today?
At the Carrier Dome?
Yeah.
It didn't go very well for my alma mater on homecoming day. It did not. Nor has it for EFA, and you did have to bring that up, didn't you, Jack? It's first down and 10. And it's Bird with the pickup. Look at Jason Thomas, who is now out of the game. The EFA quarterback has been replaced. And it's all academic right now. With 20 seconds to go, this one is just about over. EFA will run one more play, and its season will be over while UE will go on down to Kingston for the intersectionals. It's Bird running up the middle. He gets the first down, so the clock will stop as they move up the chains, and that should be it once they get the chains set. Elmira Free Academy comes in number 1 in the state, Class B. Union-Endicott, boy, you got to give the Tigers a lot of credit, starting out the season with 2 losses. And boy, have they turned things around. The final score in the Section 4 Bowl 1 championship. Union-Endicott 30, Elmira Free Academy 7, and Coach Fran Angeline is getting a ride.
Yes, it looks good. Fran certainly deserved this win, and you just are so right, Doug. When they started out 0-2, I think there were some doubters. Endicott's a hotbed as far as football, and there's a lot of coaches just sitting up